I want to talk today about self-doubt because that is something that I have struggled with over the years and still struggle with from time to time. And it's surprising to me how many people that I talk to that I think, wow, he or she has got it all together, in a senior leadership position in a workplace, seem to have a fantastic personal life. Everything seems to be, from an outsider's perspective, looks great, yet they acknowledge that they struggle with self-doubt. So this is something that seems to, from my observations, plague the human race. And I thought I wanted to talk today about self-doubt from my own perspectives, just to share a little bit of myself. And the last few weeks I've done a 5-week series on emotional intelligence and done it in sort of a training format. Today I wanted to talk more personally about some of my own story and what I've learned. So I'm talking a lot and can offer a lot of helpful advice for people about how they can deal with things like self-doubt. But at the same time, I'm human and I struggle with it too. And I don't always get things right either, like my most recent Instagram post about yelling too loudly at my kids. Anyway, go to Instagram for that story. But onto self-doubt. So self-doubt is something, as I have grown and learned more about myself and how I function and how I can best interact with the world, I've learned that the times I struggle with self-doubt, my mindset, the frame of mind I'm in, is a competitive mindset. And we're encouraged to compete in the world in pretty much everything, from the time we are growing and go to school. We're competing for the best grades, and we're competing at sport, and we're competing for who's the best looking and got the nicest skin, and you name it. You can think of so many things in your life, I'm sure, that you feel like you might be competing against the next person for. It seems to be a context and a mindset of our culture. So when you have that mindset, it's easy to be looking around all the time thinking, what's that person doing? What's this person doing? How are they getting through? What are they thinking? And how do I compare to that? It's so easy to be in that comparison mode when we're competing with everyone, because we have to look at our own self, where we are sitting in the race compared to the next person, and what we might need to do to get the advantage over them. Whereas in my blog post that I wrote about last week, I was talking about the different mindsets that we can have and how I much prefer, and I've learned to adopt, a respect for differences mindset. So rather than looking at everyone as my competition, and therefore I'm forced to develop a rank and where I might sit in that rank, and also ranking other people, which means we're prone to ranking people highly or lowly. Thinking about respect and respect for differences, and understanding that everyone is unique, everyone brings their own style, their own experiences, and each unique person is valuable and has something to offer, has something to teach you, has something to help you grow and learn. So it's a completely different way of thinking about the world. From I'm competing against everyone, and I have got to compare myself and look at where I rank and try to better myself ultimately, because everyone wants to win. No one wants to be the loser, the last one. To thinking about respect and, okay, well, this person might have this going on and I might have that going on, but why can't both of those things be of equal value? They're just different. So I've learned to really adopt that mindset, and when I think about people and interact with them, I think about how I can respect them for their own unique qualities. And it helps me to remember too that I have my own unique qualities, and I can bring things that are different to the next person. And I expect that I'll be respected for that, because that is the mindset that I take on board. So in saying that, talking about the mindsets that you can have and what has helped me, I still struggle with self-doubt because I'm still in a world where there is a lot of competition, and it's so easy to look around and go, you know, when I've got particular goals, you look at what other people are doing, that's what I do, and try to learn from them. But at the same time, those doubts of, oh, shivers, he's going really well at that and I'm falling down. Or she's got 7,000 Instagram followers and I've only got 200. Does that mean then that I am worthless? We could easily fall into the trap of that. But I actually know, and I tell myself, and I fully believe it, that no, of course I'm not worthless. And that person that might have 7,000 followers compared to my measly 200, our messages can be just as good as each other, but I need to get better at my marketing, I think. And sometimes I know that I slip down because of my authenticity, and sometimes I'm a bit too real or don't sell myself up. Anyway, that's a little insight into how I think. But so how I struggle with self-doubt, thinking again in this space, I'm building my business, I'm planning to run a seminar series in the coming few months. And to get prepared for that, I'm preparing videos to have in training and finding some test audiences. I've got a couple lined up that we're doing in the next couple of weeks, just to run my seminar and get some feedback on it and really refine it, and so that I can offer a really valuable product when it comes time in the next couple of months to do that. But that's a big thing for me because I'm putting myself out there. I've only got 200 Instagram followers, which is easy to go, you know what, you're nothing, Christy. Yet I'm going to put out a product there that I'm going to charge for and charge a reasonable price because I know that I've got something to offer. But you just have those thoughts in your mind. Do you really, Christy? You're just kidding yourself, Christy. No one wants to listen to you, Christy. You're not qualified enough, Christy, even though you've got lots of qualifications. There always seems to be someone who could have more or another qualification out there that you could go and learn. And over the years, have learned a lot and I have gained qualifications, but there's always something more to do, something further that you could achieve, something further you can grasp onto. And I've come to a point where, you know, I plan, I prepare, I've invested in myself, I've learned, I've grown. I could keep doing that because there's always something more to learn, always something more to grow, always something more to do. But at some point, I have to put myself out there and say, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I can teach, and this is what I can give you, and you can take it or leave it. But that's a risk. That's a risk for me in doing that because I might advertise these seminars once they're all prepared in a few months and no one might respond. Or people might say, I'm not willing to pay for that. That is a risk, and they're those seeds of doubt that I experience, and I'm sure I've spoken to many other people who have said they have experienced similar. But having those seeds of doubt is not going to stop me from taking action and using my intellect that tells me, well, other people have done it, and there are all these reasons why I know I'm great at what I do and I have a great message. And just because I only have 200 Instagram followers, that doesn't discount all of my knowledge and all of my value. So I'm not going to let that little seed of self-doubt there stop me from taking action and doing what I want to do into the future. So that's how I cope with self-doubt. I can help you if you are experiencing it. That doesn't mean I don't experience it because I'm real and I do. And I think you'll find if you're speaking to any people that are willing to be honest with you, they will acknowledge that they too experience it. But to be successful with self-doubt and not let it plague you and control you, you need to acknowledge it and make a decision based on all of the resources you have and all the evidence you have that says, you know what, I need to take a step forward here. I need to move forward. I need to have courage and put myself out there anyway. So that's my story today about self-doubt and how I have struggled with it, but how I have been real with it, and I will overcome it. And there'll still be times where I'm preparing and I have those thoughts, but I'm not going to let me stop them from living out what I know is realistic and what I can achieve. So I really hope that for you too, and I hope this vlog has given you some benefits or some insights that you can implement in your life. So go out, live a full life, connect with your people, and grow in your ability to understand yourself and how you connect to live that great life. Thanks.